What is going on? What is on your mind? Are your feelings gone? Need to see it clear. What is going on? Where should we go? What is on your mind? What are you doing? Are your feelings gone? Things you do. Need to see it clear. What is going on? Where should we go?
Right. Yeah, you can speak now.
Yes, all is fine. We are in fact live.
Oh wow.
I'm on hold.
I'm
Are you ready to
Baby, you going to jump on?
Okay.
What's that? Where was it?
Lunchtime.
Okay, great.
I thought I was okay and get an exception.
All right. Mm. Yes, hello? Hello?
Mute your mic,
Hi,
sir.
good evening. Yes, hi. Hello? Oh, sorry. Let me, uh,
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Every morning, I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh man, with my two hands in the air as far as I can. I'm blessed, oh man. Sometimes I'm lost and far from home, but I'll find my way. I follow my heart, I know I'll be found someday. While I'm lost, I learn and live. What do you say? Let's have a good time until that day. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to this. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Lift up my eyes to this, I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Yeah, as far as I can. I can, yeah. My two hands in the air as far as I can. Skanking, grooving, under pressure. Yeah, skanking, grooving. Under the pressures of a life and it tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up. No bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. I pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah, like a past split, turn up the music. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah, yeah. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music.
Give thanks for life. Oh, chimney, chimney. Today my rise like the sunrise, my bright and my upright. No one can broke my vibes. I may not care who I fight, I know I criticize, I'm on the higher heights. So you can say what you want to and do what you want to, it's no concern to me. Because I have my own vision, me dep on my own mission to rule my destiny. Oh, it's my day to do anything I want to. It's my time, and I'll use it any way I want to. It's my life, and I'm responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life. I beg you, easy now, give me some reason now, and don't invade my space. I'm in a different place, different phase, moving on my way. So if you feel
Hi, everyone. Are you guys hearing me? Just let me know in the chat if you're hearing me. Okay, so I see one from Zaria Rodney. Yes, we can. Okay, let me see if I can put out my camera up. Okay, here we go. Oh. Why do I look so dark? Is everybody seeing me too? Okay. So, admit. All right, awesome. Y'all are seeing me. I love that. I really do love that. Let me see if I can get this here. Just bear with me a second, guys. You know, this technology stuff is just, okay, let me add it. All right, so awesome. It's good to see you guys here. I hope you guys are seeing my video very light. Try to fix it. Anyways, it's another Saturday. It's an awesome Saturday. I'm very grateful that you guys took the time out to come out to our meeting today, our youth empowerment webinar. We have some awesome stuff lined up for you all. But first, let me just start off with a prayer. Of course, you have to put God first in everything that we do. So I'll start off with a short prayer and then we'll just get right into the nitty-gritty. So, most righteous and heavenly Father, Lord, as we gather here today on this Saturday, Lord God, I pray that you come in to this midst right now, mighty God. Be involved in this session and let us, mighty God, be open up to everything that these speakers have taken their time out to present unto us. Lord, I thank you for another day that you have given us life, you've given us breath, and you provide for us, mighty God, even though that we're not worthy of your love and of your mercy sometime. But God, during this season, this Easter season, you sent your only begotten Son to die on the cross for our sins, our iniquity, and our transgression. And for that, we are forever grateful. Lord, I ask you to have mercy upon our lives and let this session be very, very productive right now, mighty God. Lord, I say thank you for all of your goodness, your grace, and your mercies in our life. In your most holy and righteous name, I pray. Amen and amen. Put some amen in the chat. Put some amen in the chat. Right. So, hallelujah. Amen and amen. All right. So, firstly, why is this jumping off? One second. I don't know why this is jumping off. All right, so again, let me welcome you all. It's a great evening. Again, it's super awesome that you have joined us again. We just wanted to know that we're live on our platforms on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. And while I'm doing this little introduction, I'm going to give you guys a little 2 minutes to go and send that link to somebody. If they're not on Zoom, if they don't have the Zoom app, send them the link. They can still come on. Send them the link, and we can watch it on YouTube at IRDC Ministries. So they can watch it on Facebook at IRDC Ministries and invite them out, right? And I want to give a special welcome to our guests here that have so much, guys. Let me tell you, the topic that they have, the topics that these presenters have are so interesting. And this is what we need, especially in this time of our lives. Again, I'm going to tell you guys to get some pencil, some paper, a notebook, or a journal in the meantime, just to start off everything so you're well prepared for what we're about to have. And this is an interactive session. So I expect the chat to be blowing up, especially when it's time for the Q&A section with our key speakers, right? They're going to give you some key life values, some tips, some tricks, and perhaps you might have a new outlook on some of these topics or just life in general when they have finished, right? So again, just a little heads up. Make sure you have your pencil, your pen, and everybody have them a smartphone because nobody now go nowhere and don't carry them phone, them laptop, or them iPad. So I know you guys have a notepad app, and I use it on the regular because we're young, but we know we're brain some of the time we can't comprehend so much things because we're multitask. So I know you guys have the notepad app, so just open it up, have the title, and save it as Youth Empowerment Webinar because you're definitely going to go back and you're going to draw back on it, and you might just use it and share it with somebody else. So before we start off everything, I'm just going to give you a little introduction on the topics that our presenters are going to present on. And the first one we have is how to stay focused and avoid distractions by, guys, is something come off? Choops. All right. So the first topic we have again is how to stay focused and avoid distractions by Deborah McLean. We have Zaria Rodney with the entrepreneurial keys to success. With entrepreneurial, guys, let me tell you, that topic there is good because I'm really excited for that one. We have Shana K. Chisholm on embracing the journey. And the last topic we have is the key success principles by Tennyson Dixon. All right. So we're going to start off very light, very nice. I have some icebreakers here for you. Oh, and also we're going to have giveaways. So I expect you guys to, even though you have your jottings, to remember, keep attentive and stay until the end of this session because we have some awesome giveaways and we have a special item as well. So if you're ready for some little icebreakers to get your mind active, get your mind ready, let me know. Send some fire in the chat, send excited, send some ready, send your emojis. Then we know some new emojis come out. I mean, we're all young people here. So let me see the chat. I don't see anybody looking ready. What is happening? What is happening? I just see one. Boy, Zaria Lona carry the chat. And I make all of the burden go on Zaria. You don't look ready. You're not excited. Ready? Come on, I need to see some more ready in the chat. We have like 24 persons, plus we have persons who are watching live on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, we're ready. All right, we're ready. So these are some general knowledge questions. So I expect like everybody's like have a feel of some ready. Of course, you have to ready for this meeting. So we have some general questions, right? And I think you guys will know them. Come on, we're all Jamaicans. And you know, Jamaicans, we are like the Caribbean of the Caribbean. So the first question is, and I'm going with the person who you can either open your mic and say it, or you can type in the chat. I don't want it to be chaotic. So if you can't type in the chat, then just raise your hand and I'll open your mic because I don't want two persons talking over each other. So since everybody ready, I see the colorful emojis them, right? So the first question is, when did Jamaica become independent? And I need a full date for that one. So who's going to answer me first? Anika, all right. So Anika, August 6, 1962. All right. So we have Anika first. All right. So the second question now, what is the national tree of Jamaica? Please keep in mind, we have a national flower and we have a national tree. And I hope when you don't on Google or type in this question, when you live here. Anika, Me just boost you up a while ago. Thank you, Vanessa. Oh my God. Una really come on here and type in lignum vitae. Una really do that? It's the bloom. Oh, I can't believe. I'm gonna just act like I never see 4 person type in lignum vitae. After me just say we have a tree and a flower. Memory of work on a citizenship, on a can't compound this and say the lignum vitae is a national tree. No, it's the blue maho. I'm gonna forgive you guys for that one. Just imagine like we never got through all of that a while ago. All right. So the third one, the third one is in which testament is the book of Psalms? In which testament is the book of Psalms? All right, so we have Deborah with old. Good. Anika says 7 years. Okay, so we have Elaine. Hold on, I have Elaine. Elaine rose her hand. All right, you can go, Elaine. Elaine. All right, I just asked you to unmute, so you can go ahead and answer the question.
The Old Testament and the Blue Maho, but I can't type in the chat. I can't send chat message. That's why
That's okay. You get it right still. I get it right. You see? You make Elaine get it answer before Uno. Uno should be ashamed. Thank you very much.
Elaine is an old woman.
That not say you're still young. You're still young. Right. So it's in the Old Testament. All right. So I have 2 more questions before we get down into the meat of the matter. So everybody's supposed to know this one. Which country is Rihanna from? We know that Rihanna is a celebrity of the Caribbean. Which country is she from? Barbados. All right. Last one, last but not least. Who had the coat of many colors? Who had the coat? Joseph. All right. So I'm not doing too bad. I'm not going with myself. I'm not going good. I love that. Except for the little lignum vitae. Who the lignum vitae? Hold on. All right. So now that we're going into the meat of the matter, people. All right. So we have more persons on. Y'all seem ready for this information that we're about to have. And now we're going to have our first speaker. And again, I hope you guys have your pencils, your pen, everything ready. Come excited. Come here, go make notes too. Because again, this is a youth empowerment webinar and we're all destined to win. So the first speaker we're going to have is 17 years old from the Wolmer's Girls High School. Note I said 17 years old from the Wolmer's Girl High School, right? She's the first child, sorry, of the anointed Bishop and First Lady McLean, and the older sister of Dominic and Daniel, right? So her goal, come on, so this is why you give it away. Why you give it away, man? Keep the anticipation. But them I think about who. Her goal is to outperform, that is society's norms, and become a multi-millionaire before 25 with 2 businesses and more on the way. I'm gonna say 2 businesses and more on the way. She enjoys motivating youth and following in her father's footsteps in wiring others to win. Success is always on her mind, and she wishes to share that mindset with others, just as she is sharing that mindset with us. People, them already give it away in the chat. So again, sending those fire emojis, sending them applause, them clap hands, and help me to welcome Deborah McLean, our first speaker. Deborah, are you here? Ah, there she is, people. You ready? Take it away. Oh, give me a second.
Good day, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. Hello. I hope you all are having a great day. Happy Easter, everyone. And thank you so much, Pastor Smart, for inviting me. So, to get to the meat of the matter, I know that all of you, if you're either a teenager or you're an adult or someone who is later down, a senior, we've all experienced an area or a time where we weren't focused, right? How often have you sat in bed knowing you have something to do, but you couldn't find the motivation to do it? How often have you started studying and then you tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to take a 15 minutes break because I've been studying for so long, and then you never touch those books again? How often have you slept through classes, or you're just being on your phone through teachings or through church services, or you're just not focusing on what you're supposed to be doing? I'm pretty sure I called out so much people and maybe myself, but self-awareness is good for the soul. But today I'm here to talk to you about how to focus and avoid the distractions. So let's get into it. In order to stay focused, you must have something to focus on. In other words, goals. And it has to be realistic goals. And growing up, we've all had certain dreams we look forward to achieving. And in the early stages of our life, more around preschool or prep school or primary school, whichever one you went to, we were always asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Now, there are some of us who are maybe working now and we're not necessarily what we wanted to be, or there's some of us still in high school trying to figure it out, or there's some of us who have already worked and we regret not doing what we wanted to do. But either way, we would always answer with something like a teacher, a soldier, a nurse, a doctor, a police, a firefighter, or any of those traditional jobs. But over the years, as things and times changed, when we enter high school, we're no longer asked, what do you want to be in the future? It's more, where do you see yourself in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years? And yeah, it could be like you could respond to it with the same answer saying, oh, this is my dream job. But this question just doesn't focus on only your career path, but your life in general. If we're looking at it from a biblical perspective, or just from the teachings of Bishop Courtney McLean, there are 5 areas in life. We have 1, spirituality; 2, family; 3, personal development and education; 4, business and work; and then 5, finances. Now, if I were to ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years in these areas, would you be able to tell me? Spiritually, do you see yourself going out and evangelizing, gaining souls for the kingdom of God? In terms of family, do you see yourself still arguing with your mother or ignoring your father? In personal development and education, do you see yourself having more confidence, like self-confidence? And are you completing that degree? With business and work, do you see yourself having more successful businesses or getting that promotion? And in finances, are you struggling financially or are you comfortable? Are you managing your money well? Now, I'll allow you to sit and reflect on those questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years in these specific areas? Now that you've thought about it, some of you may subconsciously or consciously created goals. What are goals? And most of us should know that goals are just like ideas of the future, like what I want to do in this time, ahead of time. And normally there's a desired result or outcome that we want that goal to have. So in order to achieve your goals, you have to create a plan. And you need to focus on that plan. However, we find it hard to focus. With all the distractions in the world, from our phones down to the mosquito ringing in our ears that's basically asking to be slapped, it's really hard to focus. You can squint your eyes and hold your temple as much as you want, but distractions are inevitable. So in a world full of them, how do we focus? How do we avoid distractions? How do we sit down and do what needs to be done and ignore the notifications coming from our devices? How do we get out of bed and do everything to the best of our abilities when we really don't feel like doing anything? And the truth is, it all boils down to self-discipline. When we hear the word discipline, we tend to think of our parents beating us, and trust me, I got a lot of that back in the day, and our parents taking our phones, which still happens to this day sometimes. But self-discipline is defined as the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses. No, it's not about getting grounded or beat up or whatever. It's about doing what needs to be done. That's literally it. Overcome your feelings. Thomas Davis said, self-discipline is about leaning into resistance, taking action in spite of how you feel, living a life by design and not default. But most importantly, it's acting in accordance with your thoughts and not your feelings, not your emotions. The word feel or feelings is repeated twice in this quote. And because of that, I'm going to bring the word motivation into play. We often say, oh, I don't feel the motivation to this, or I just don't feel like to do this right now. I don't have the motivation for go to school. I don't have the motivation to wake up, go to work, or just to live in general sometimes. And I get that. Trust me, just the other day I was saying, look at how much orders I have. I don't have any motivation to do this at all. And sometimes without that motivation, we feel like that's it. We just have to quit. But that's not the case. We all experience it, the lack of motivation to do what needs to be done. But at the end of the day, we need to do what needs to be done. So how do we do that without motivation? Well, motivation can get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. Discipline takes you to the end of the road. Discipline takes you to the finish line. Motivation is your overall level of desire to do something, while discipline is the actual ability to do it, regardless of how you feel. So even though you don't feel like to get up and go to work, even though you don't feel like to get up and go to school, or to even just get up in general, self-discipline is doing it, regardless of how you feel, of your emotions, because your emotions change constantly. You can't rely on them as much to complete your goals or to achieve that dream or that vision. We have to have self-discipline. Self-discipline is crucial because it builds the baseline that allows you to act in accordance with your long-term or short-term goals, no matter how motivated you feel. So let's say you set a goal that you want to complete a course in 15 days. Yes, you may feel motivated for the first few days or but after a while, that motivation does die out. You need a discipline to get up and do what needs to be done again, regardless of how you feel. So we keep talking about discipline this and discipline that, but how do we actually gain or achieve self-discipline? Well, there are 6 important strategies for building self-discipline that I have here. So the first thing is to focus on identity. Now, this may sound a bit weird, but just bear with me. When trying to change behavior or achieve something, forget about the goal you're trying to achieve and focus on the identity or the person that you're trying to become instead. So once you've embraced a change in identity, you're going to find yourself acting in alignment with that change. You start thinking about behavior change in terms of your identity, and you want to embody that person rather than the goals you want to achieve. So for those who don't understand, let me give an example. So rather than saying I want to go to the gym every day, or let me rephrase that. Rather than saying I want to have a fit body or a toned body, or I want to have more muscles or whatever, why don't you say I want to go to the gym every day, or I want to be a person who loves the gym, or you know that slang, the gym rat, someone who goes to the gym every day, they're basically obsessed with the gym. Make it a goal to become that type of person, because when you are working to become that type of person, whether you want to believe it or not, you actually achieve the outcome that you want while you're becoming it. Understand? I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but I hope I am. So don't just focus on the goal, focus on the person that you're trying to become. And eventually that goal will sort itself out. So let's say I want to get the highest grade in the class. What do I have to do to get that goal? Just become a better student. When you become a better student, or when you try to become the top student, eventually the grades follow, the merits follow, the valedictorian title follows, the certificates follow, the trophies follow, the reputation follows. You understand? So everything follows when you try to become a certain person. Let's say I want to become a successful entrepreneur. What do I, all right, let me rephrase it again. Let's say I want to become I want to get 1,000 sales in 1 month. Do I want to get 1,000 sales in 1 month, or do I want to become a successful entrepreneur who knows how to market her products, who knows how to get them out, who knows how to handle customers with a certain level of respect and care in a way that they always want to come back and buy more? So by me becoming a good entrepreneur, that's already bringing in the 1,000 sales, and that goal has already sorted itself out. So instead of aiming for the outcomes, we're aiming for the change in who we are. And it's always good to try and improve yourself rather than just looking for goals. Because at the end of the day, the goals are there, but who are you as a person? Understand? Okay. So the next thing is to create reminders. So frequently remind yourself as to why you're being disciplined in the first place. It's necessary that we have a strong why for our actions if you want to do them consistently. I don't know how often you guys listen to motivational speeches, but I've always heard this one speaker, I think it's Eric Thomas, who's always saying, if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not big enough, or that's not your real why. Your why should be so strong that some people don't believe it's possible. Your why should be the reason you get up in the morning. Your why should be the reason you go to school, even though you don't want to go to school. Your why should be your only motivation. Like you look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this. This is my why. And that gets you out of bed in the morning. And you need to remind yourself of that why. So if you have some food on your lock screen right now, then change it to your why. I often used to have my vision board as my lock screen. So every time I open it, I'm reminded of what I want to do. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing all of this? If you ever get tired, look at your lock screen. And if you don't want to put as a lock screen, set up a vision board. Don't wait until next month or next week or tomorrow, Sunday. Do it right after this. Go and set up a vision board. Trust me, having that on your wall and you wake up to it every single morning, that helps. It sets your mood for the day. And trust me, once you are reminded of your why, that's an instant boost of motivation. And I know we said motivation isn't it, but it gets you started. And once you can find the motivation almost every morning, it's easier to build self-discipline, because you not only are you feeling it, but you know you need to do it, and you just do it, and you just build the self-discipline from there. I've also seen some people write on their mirrors like affirmations and what they want to do, and they will do it, and that helps as well. So you can try any of those, but if you need to make it fun, building a vision board can be fun. It's fun to try and see what you want to do in the next 5 years, or by the end of the year, what you want to complete, and you really feel the motivation. I know we keep using that word, but you really feel the motivation to get up and get started. So don't wait, because the procrastination thing not working. If you feel motivated now, just go and do it, okay? So the next thing is to embrace discomfort. Find ways to embrace discomfort and embrace the resistance you feel towards doing something that takes work. So let's say you don't like taking cold showers, but cold showers can be healthy. In the morning, even though you just come out of fan or AC and you're kind of cold, still take the cold shower same way. Because even though it feels like it's not doing anything, it is helping. Even if it's not with the body, it is helping you build self-discipline and the resistance to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Anything that takes hard work. So if you know you're supposed to work out today and you don't work out, go and work out. Even if it makes you uncomfortable. If you know you're supposed to do 15 minutes of work and you're only doing 10 minutes, go 20 minutes. Build that, that self-discipline muscle. Because self-discipline really is a muscle. And you have to constantly be working it out. So you can't always be in your comfort zone, because you're never going to grow and you're never going to develop that self-discipline. You're never going to reach your goals or be where you need to be if you're always in the same place and you're comfortable. So think of it as doing a rep of an exercise, which is self-discipline, because it's a skill that needs to be developed. So as you go through your daily life, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you're waiting for. Like I said earlier, you can do cold showers or waking up earlier than usual. If you wake up 6 o'clock for school, wake up 5:30 instead. While you're doing the 30 minutes, create a nice morning routine, read a book, go take a walk, do meditation. I'm going to talk about that later. But find something, set the mood. If it's waking up earlier, if it's doing 50 reps of an exercise that used to be 30, do it. And you'll eventually reap the harvest of those seeds. You'll reap it. You'll see the difference. So whenever your brain brings up that I don't feel like it's excuse, use that as an opportunity to develop your self-discipline muscle. The fourth thing is target the fundamentals. Now, this is basically meaning target the literal biological necessities of life. which is your sleep, your nutrition, your exercise habits, all of those stuff. These are really crucial to pay attention to. The part of your brain that handles like executing functions and stuff like that requires a lot of energy and regular rest to function on peak levels. So how are you going to want to be, like my brother always used to say, he wants to be the next Usain Bolt. How are you going to be the next Usain Bolt if you only eat fried chicken and fries? That's not going to work. How are you going to be the next Usain Bolt if you're staying up 1 o'clock and waking up 5 o'clock and then you want to train? It doesn't work. You have to take care of yourself. So always remember that you are first and foremost a collection of biological systems. You have to, it requires the right inputs to get the best outputs. So if you're sleep deprived or not getting enough exercise or have a terrible diet, that's where you should focus your discipline first. So once you focus your discipline there first, then you'll better execute everything, everything else, right? So the fifth thing is to practice meditation. Now, there's a lot of controversy around this in the Christian world, but you and I know what's right. You and I know what we believe, correct? So meditation has actually been scientifically proved to help people in their methods of self-discipline. Can you imagine sitting down in the same position, closing your eyes for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? You can try that right after and tell me if it's easy. Don't open your eyes once. Don't think about anything, just blank. You tell me if you can do that. It's hard. So if you can practice at least 2 minutes of that every single day, best believe that is going to help with your self-discipline. And not only that, it helps with your concentration, because if you are able to concentrate on, or if nothing, at least one thing for a good amount of time, imagine how well you'll be able to concentrate in classes and other things like that. And if you're going to concentrate on one thing, I suggest you concentrate on your goals that you have for yourself, long-term or short-term, or even just what you plan to do for today, and make sure it's something productive as well. Meditation can really help, but the one with the and you know what we believe as Christians. So focus on your goals. Remember, Joshua 1 verse 8 highlights that meditation leads to prosperity and good success. And if the Bible says it, you know it's true. So add it to your morning routine. When you wake up in the morning, it doesn't have to be a 10-minute thing. It can be a simple 2-minute or a 5-minute thing. You sit down and you think about your goals in one position, close your eyes and just concentrate and focus. This will really help. And like I said before, self-discipline is a muscle, and this will help to develop that muscle. You're training that muscle. And the final thing is to build some habits. The initial stages of building new habits often require a lot of self-discipline because the behavior isn't like automatic. So when I say automatic, just like how a lot of us, even though we shouldn't be doing this, the first thing we do when we wake up is go to our phone. Or some of us, the first thing we do when we wake up is pray and thank God for waking us up for another day. That is a habit. That's something that you just do automatically. Or if you get nervous, the first thing you do is bite your nails, or you start shaking, or you start playing with your hair or anything like that. That's a habit. And a lot of the time it's hard to break habits and build new ones. So build some habits, build new ones, and if you have to, break bad ones. And not only will this help you establish a new habit, but it helps you become more disciplined in the process. So for whatever habit you choose to build, start small and track your progress and celebrate your wins. And remember not to focus too much on just keeping it perfect and you have to do it every single day. Instead, just making sure that your trend is going on in an overall positive direction. So instead of, let's say you're trying to make a habit of cleaning your room more often. I don't think it's a good idea to wake up and clean your room spotless every day. So if there's a book on the floor, there's this and that. I don't think that's necessarily the best idea. But if you're starting to build new habits in being more organized, select a part of the room. For example, if there's a corner room that tends to be a little bit more messy, clean it up right now and then leave it. And if you realize that it's starting to build again, you clean it immediately. Or you can build a habit of leaving it better than how you found it. My father always tells me this, and this is helping you to become more organized in general. So instead of leaving things, let's say you take up this teddy bear, right? Let's say you take it up and it was over there. Don't put it over here. Don't put it over there. Put it back where you found it, or better where you found it, on a shelf or under somewhere in some kind of storage thing. Leave it better than how you found it. So building habits like that, or just having a mindset like that, helps you to build habits to be more organized. So the goal is to be more organized. You build habits that you clean this every week or whatever. And then the principle is leave it better than how you found it. I don't know if that's helping anyone, but that should be a good example of building some habits. But building habits can be really hard. So start small. Again, start small. If you're building a habit of trying to work out more or to have a certain look or physique, don't say you're going to work out 2 hours every day. You cannot do that. If you're just starting out, that is going to, I'm sorry for you the next day. You're going to be sore and tired all over. Start off with a simple 15 minutes or 10 minutes. And even though that may seem small, it adds up. Because if you keep doing that 15 minutes and you put your all into it, I promise you, you're going to see a difference in a few weeks. And people are going to start telling you they see a difference. And eventually you can go from 15 minutes to 20 minutes to 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And if you want to go to 2 hours eventually, that's up to you. But keep it small and track your progress. So I'll close with this. Knowing what you desire, making your decision, and being disciplined enough to stick to your decision is literally the key to success. Too many people have billion-dollar dreams, but they have $100 mindset. You have to be prepared for these type of things. And I know we all want to be successful. I know we all have a desire to be successful, whether it's to become the world's wealthiest person or to just, live comfortably, not have to worry about anything. We want to be successful. And you have to have certain principles. You have to have a certain mindset to become successful. You have to know that, listen, even though I don't want to do it, at the end of the day, it needs to be done. It needs to be done. A lot of us, I'm going to assume, because I have CXC coming up in a few weeks. Have I been studying the way I should be? No. And I'm going to admit that because I am not perfect, but I'm speaking to you based off experience and based off my knowledge. Discipline is where it's at. I'm not going to wait until I feel motivated. You need to do a packed seminar. It's very empowering. I know you're going to feel very motivated to probably change your life, and you're going to stay up till 2 a.m. planning out tomorrow and making sure that you have this plan and this plan. You go say, I'm going to work out this. Calm down. Think. You can strategically plan out tomorrow, but don't say, I'm going to do 2 hours this, and I'm going to read a book I'm going to read 50 pages of this book, and I'm going to go to church, and I'm going to praise God for all the services, and I'm going to go in the night as well. I'm going to sit on that altar. If you know you can't manage that, don't do it, because you're going to burn yourself out before you even get started with your discipline. Take it one step at a time. And for those of you who don't plan to do anything afterwards, do it. While you're still feeling the motivation, like I said, motivation gets you started, do it now. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination kills successful people. I promise you. What you could have done today, you're putting it off till tomorrow. And you're going to say, oh, I work better under pressure. And this is something I've said so much times. And though it can be true, it's not smart to do it. Because one day you're going to wait way too late. I remember last week or week before last, my principal came in and she said, ladies, this is the last week you have to submit your SBAs. The last week. And some people, they say it's the last week, but they really mean, oh, it's not the last week. Next week is the last week. And then the week after that is the last week. That's basically what happened. And some students up to now haven't completed their SBAs. What's that? That's procrastination. If this principal said, yo, do this now, do it now. Because eventually it affects you down the road, it affects you. So now you're saying, oh, I procrastinated this one time and I did so well under pressure this one time. I'm going to keep procrastinating. Now you're going to procrastinate to a point where you lose your job because you procrastinated, or you're not completing your homework on time. You're getting low grades because of that procrastination. You're going to procrastinate till you procrastinate too late. And it's going to affect you in the long run. So as soon as you finish, if you need to go and make a vision board, if you write down your goals, just go and do it. Do something with the motivation that you have now. And always don't, even though you should take things one step at a time, don't think small, think big. Like I said, your why should make you cry, living eye water, bawl. Okay, it should be the reason you get up in the morning. So don't think small, because small thinking has never gotten anyone anywhere. The laptop or the phone that you're watching this on didn't come from small thinking, it came from big thinking. And I don't care who wants to laugh at you and say you can't do this and you can't do that. What do you believe? If God says he believes in you, your mother says she believes in you, your father says he believes in you, your friends say they believe in you, you need to believe in yourself. Stop listening to other people. Okay? If you want to work out every day and people laughing at you because you're working out, which is kind of rare these days, but if you want to study every day and people laughing at you because you're studying every day, you're taking your schoolwork seriously, let them laugh. Because at the end of the day, it all adds up. And who's going to be at the top at the end of the day? Who's going to be in front at the end of the day? So don't think small. Small thinking will always restrict your movement and allow you to believe that you can't reach your goal. And someone once said, whether you believe it or not, whether you believe that you'll make it or not is entirely up to you, and you're right, whichever choice you choose. So if you believe you won't make it, you won't. If you believe that you will make it, you will. Learn to believe in yourself and trust yourself and give yourself permission to step out of your comfort zone and reach for the stars. I know it's a cliche statement, but just do it. I also heard this quote once that said, you have to make a choice. Like a principle in life is either you enjoy life now and work hard later, or work hard now and enjoy life later. And I want you to really sit down and think about that. Reflect on your life for a minute. Would you say that you're more enjoying life now so that you can work later, or work hard now so you can enjoy later? A lot of us want instant gratification, or we want instant pleasure. We want a permanent break from school and all the hardships of life and work and college and this family. But if we do take a permanent vacation, what happens? Most of us can't afford that permanent vacation because you have to work to get a permanent vacation. The point is you have to work hard now. Work hard. I would rather work at least 5 to 7 years now and enjoy 20 to 40 years down the road of freedom. Like you guys heard, I want to be a multimillionaire by 25. I want to retire by 25. I don't want to be working too hard by 25. So I'm going to work hard now. The late nights I've been doing, the frustration, the crying, all of that, I'm working hard now so that I can enjoy life. I am not interested. I am sorry, but I am not interested in working in a cubicle for 60 years only to enjoy maybe 7 years of my life. And by that time, I'm probably too old to enjoy anything, probably wrinkle up on all them some nerves. So I'm suggesting to you guys, be disciplined. Be disciplined. It's just a few years. Just use these years to build yourself, right? Work hard. Save up your money. If it means starting more businesses, start more businesses. Don't take on more jobs than you can. But if it means getting more degrees, work hard now so that later you won't have to do anything. You can sit back, you can relax. You want to travel the world, you go travel the world. If you feel enough to wake up today, don't wake up today. So you see, while you're saying, oh, I don't feel like waking up today, that should be you in the future, not now. You need to work now, okay? So this is the end of my presentation, guys. I hope that you learned something from it. I hope that it was not as boring as I thought it would be. I hope it wasn't. But thank you for having me, and I hope you all, enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello. I don't know if anybody else feels draped. I feel very much draped. I want to get up tomorrow and feel like not doing anything. I want to get up tomorrow and say, oh, let me take a flight out to Dubai. I want to feel like that. Yo, listen, thank you so much. Your points were so riveting. Right, they made so much sense. And I know that everybody understood it because you're speaking facts, you're speaking truth, right? And guys, I hope you made your jottings because I made my jottings as well. I have her 5 things that you must focus on: your spiritual life, your family, your personal development, and your education. Like, she's done so well for this in this short time, and we appreciate you and I thank you very, very much. And remember, guys, I will have the giveaway. So I hope you are making your jottings for sure and understanding this, and you will take whatever Deborah has presented throughout life, because I want to be a gym rat too, which means I have to focus on my identity. I go make a vision board after this. I have paper, I have crayon, I have marker. So I see the chat blowing up as well too. So again, thank you very much, Deborah, and they're sending their gratitude to you. So now let me move on to our second speaker, and her topic is the entrepreneurial journey to financial success. That is the entrepreneurial journey to financial success. Pardon me. Right. So this young lady now, her name is Zaria Rodney, and she earned her bachelor's in entrepreneurship in February 2022. Listen, she earned her bachelor's in February 2022, which means congratulations to you there. Congratulations. And everybody type congratulations in the chat for Miss Zaria Rodney as well. Please do send those little emojis. People send those little emojis. And she is now furthering her education in business basics, where she won the best video pitch Listen, the lady talk full success from over here. The Bachelor, she get the Yes Business Bitch where she won the best video pitch. And don't forget, Zaria owns the faith-based startup entitled Be Entitled Jurors LLC, and she has her own podcast, which is Talk with Zaria podcast. And she believes in where there's a will, there's a way. Let me repeat this to you. Where there's a will, there is a way, which means there's a way in everything where there's a will. Miss Zaria Rani, are you here? We want to welcome you, and we're ready for you.
Hi everyone.
Hi, yay! She's here. All right, you take it away.
All right, thank you so much for having me. I really hope that you learn all that I have to share. So I did a presentation. Yeah, if you're hearing the fan, it's so yes. All right, so we're going to be talking about the entrepreneurial journey to financial success. So, I had to put the free plug there that those are my new cases coming out for my business. So let's start. So just a little breakdown of what we're going to be talking about today. Who is an entrepreneur, the myths on entrepreneurship, and let's get started. So how can you start the entrepreneurial process? So first question, who is an entrepreneur? Does anybody have an idea what an entrepreneur is? You can just type it in the chat. If you have an idea of what an entrepreneur is, you can type it in the chat. Yeah, that's basically it. A person who owns their own business. Yeah, that went too fast. So, as you said, a person who sets up their own business, taking on financial risks in hope for a profit. I mean, you don't need to take on financial risks, but we'll get into that later on. All right, so the characteristics of an entrepreneur, we are calculated risk takers. We love to research. I mean, you don't have to love it, but that's something that you have to do. We are leaders, we are proactive, and we have growth mindsets. Okay. A growth mindset is believing that, where there is a will, there is a way. And you don't need to have all of these characteristics all at once. This is something that you definitely can grow into. So the types of entrepreneurs that are out there, you have serial. These are the ones that start multiple businesses. They either sell the rights to persons who are good in that field, or they can just put them in charge and of course have a key say in what goes on in the business. You also have the social entrepreneurs. Now, those are the people that start, charities, for the children homes, the climate change initiatives, stuff like that. So the next one is the lifestyle entrepreneurs. So these are the ones that they are not necessarily looking for like huge profits. I know, like Deborah said, she wants to be a millionaire by age 25. These ones are not necessarily the ones that will go after that. However, they'll do it just to maintain their lifestyle. And then the last one that you have is a social entrepreneur. So these ones, as it says, solo, one person who kind of just does their own thing in business. All right, so today we're going to be myth busters regarding entrepreneurs. So if you have any idea of what people say entrepreneurs are, you can type that in the chat. So what do people, when you think of the word entrepreneurship, what comes to mind? We're going to be busting some myths today because I believe everyone can be an entrepreneur. So you can just type it in the chat. Hardworking, yeah, that's a good one. Nascent and novice entrepreneur. Thank you for that, Gavin. Money maker is for old folks. Keep it going, keep it going. What else have you heard? What else have you heard about entrepreneurs? They're different from the average person. All of them are rich. You need a lot of money to start off. Yep, these are a lot of the things that we are hearing these days. All right, before I continue, can everybody see my screen? Can you see the slides? You have to be willing to lose and fail at first. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Elaine.
There is something, presenter window is blocking everything.
Oh, so you're not seeing any slide at all?
No.
Oh, wow. All right. All right, let me.
This window is just, oh yeah. Okay, good.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. How about now? It's good?
No, I'm not seeing the screen. No, neither.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
Okay, well, how about now?
Still nothing.
All right, well, we proceed because one trait of an entrepreneur is that we are persistent, you know, we're resilient. So we're gonna continue. All right, so the first one we're busting is that entrepreneurs are risk takers. We are calculated risk takers, which means that we weigh everything. Oh yeah, go ahead, Elaine. All right. So yes, we are actually calculated risk takers, not just risk takers that we're not gonna do crazy things, but we take everything into consideration before we do it. So the next thing, you know, is that we're open to failure. Okay, you have to be comfortable with failing. For me, that was very hard to break, and I'm still working on that because, you know, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. But through failure, you can learn what you did wrong, and then you're able now to progress. You're able to grow from that and be successful. So the next thing is that we are persistent and confident. We feel the fear and we do it anyway. Okay. If anyone should believe in your brand, it should be you. Okay. And we're going to get into, you know, how you can be confident in being an entrepreneur. in a little while. And then the last one that I have here is purpose. We have a why. We have a reason, a strong reason as to why we created our businesses. Okay, I saw in the chat that somebody said it takes 5 years to establish a stable business. Some people can knock it out of the park if they have help. If they have a mentor, they can get there before that time. But that is usually the typical amount of time that it takes. 3 to 5 years, depends on the type of business. Yeah, that is a good factor as well to think about. So the first step, you have to look at your skill set. What exactly are you good at? What exactly are you good at? You have to look at that first. So for example, and it's not something that you have to master, it's just a skill set that you have. So say for example, you realize that you are a great negotiator, right? And you have a little bit of knowledge about business. You can enter into the business fair. You can go ahead and, niche down and pick something that you can relate to. And that can also help build your confidence as an entrepreneur. So the next thing that you can look at is this skill in demand? It's very important that you do that analysis to see if people are actually wanting that skill. So do people have a hard time negotiating? Is that something that you can help with? Are you good at marketing? Is that in demand? If it is, then you can proceed. If it's not, that's fine. You can pivot and go to something else. If the skill that you have is not in demand, then you can learn something else. So that's fine. So the next step, after you have kind of done some sort of introspection on what you're good at, is to create a business plan. So I won't be able to go like in depth with the business plan, but I can just tell you a brief explanation of what it is and what each section needs to have. So the executive summary, this is basically a summary of the overall business plan. This would include like the persons that are in charge of the business, the products and services, everything that would be in the business plan that we're going to go to later. But that is something that you do last. The executive summary is what you do last. There's always plan B to Z. Yeah, exactly. So the second one is company description. So you need to find out what company you're going to do, of course. And then from there, you're going to create a company description. And this would really have what the company is about and, the core values of the company, mission statement, vision statement, all of that kind of thing. So then the next thing that you need to have is a market analysis. So this is really, what is in demand? That's the whole demand sort of situation. So there you'll have what is needed, what you need to add to your business, and there you need to study the market and see what are the trends in the business space. And then from there, you're able to create a good market analysis. So the next one is a competitive analysis. Now, this is where it gets fun. You get to see what other businesses are out there, and you analyze their strong points, their weak points, and see what you can improve on, what they don't have, what they need to improve on, and what you can improve on. So I don't know if you've ever heard about the SWOT, SWOT analysis. That is where that would be in for the different companies. and you're comparing your company to theirs. So number 6, you need to have your product and services, a good breakdown of what you offer in the business plan. And then lastly, the marketing plan. So how exactly are you going to attract your customers, and the sales strategy? How are you going to sell? And the breakdown, the costs, the breakdown of costs. So in wrapping up, biblical keys to success, right? I had to add this in here because the Bible is known in many circles to have good keys to become a successful entrepreneur. And I would be doing you a disservice if I did not add these in. So, hold on. Oftentimes, prospective investors look at the executive summary only. So it's a prerequisite for entrepreneurs to spend time doing it. Yep, that is true. Thank you for adding that as well. So the first one is to be diligent, but not hasty. And Proverbs talks about that you are the plans of the diligent lead to prosperity, but the plans of hastiness leads to poverty. So make sure that you're going through everything slowly, planning slowly, researching, and get it done. So the next one is write the vision, make it plain. We know that scripture in Habakkuk, write the vision and make it plain, right? So that is something that you have to do. Writing the vision really is the business plan. The business plan has the vision of your business. The third one is keep close to God, because if you don't keep close to God, you could develop greed. Okay, you can develop greed, and from that, you're heading into sticky waters, because when greed comes in, all of a sudden you don't see prospective improvements to be done, and from that, because you're in haste to make money, more money the better, you kind of put aside those plans that could bring your business to a higher level, because you're in haste to make money. Okay, the SWOT analysis can be used for personal life as well as regarding school and career. Yes, that's true as well. The fourth one is plan your time wisely. That is important. You have to make sure that you are allotting time to your business and your life as well, so that one, you can have a good balance, you're not burnt out. And Deborah also, she went through that. I think she did a very good job at going through that. And the last one that I have is seek information. So Proverb talks about, getting wisdom, seeking, I think it's in Proverbs 2 that once you seek wisdom, you will find the knowledge of God. And God is the ultimate creator, right? He's the only big creator. So if we seek his ways, we will find his wisdom, and from there we will be successful. So thank you for having me. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm done.
All right, awesome. So guys, we're just going to accept 2 questions for Zaria. Again, thank you so much for taking your time out for presenting to us. You definitely had some really interesting stuff. So before I just give a little summary on Zaria, any 2 questions we can accept her? Remember, now is she give us the entrepreneurial journey to financial success. So have a question, have an idea of what you want to have a startup business for, can hit her up. Giving you guys until a couple seconds to 6:14. Going once, going twice. Okay, we have a question here from Courtney and Dennis. It says, what was most challenging for you when starting your business?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you know, the verse Proverbs, you know, don't be wise in your own eyes. I thought I could do this all by myself. You know, all I need to do is just research it. That was my issue. I did not reach out for help. I didn't seek out information like I should have. And that took a mental toll on me, as well as the legal, you know, registering the business. Oh, that was a headache. Those are the hardest parts.
Right. So I hope she answered that one well for you. We have a hand raised here. Let me see if I can unmute you. Reconnecting. Please to state your name as well. I want to call it by your right name. I can't call it reconnecting here. You can go ahead and unmute.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ajay Williams. I'm a student from Glenmere High School. I would like to know what subjects you would recommend a student to pick for this job.
Sure. So, key subjects, accounting. I wish I did that in high school. Accounting is important. Business. If you're doing CAPE, management of business, and even the course entrepreneurship, in CAPE, those will be really helpful, as well as economics. Economics is really good for that.
All right. Again, thank you. Yes, and that is true because I did economics and management of business in Cape. And trust me, when you go to university, if you're going in the business field, it's core subjects that you should have. It's and accounting as well. So again, thank you very much, Daria. And now again, guys, I hope you are writing down, I hope you are jotting down things because like I have maybe show them a paper. I'm not afraid to hide. I hope when I can see everything I'm gonna write down, I'm gonna jot down because like I plan to follow in these person's footsteps. We have the prime example here. They have the experience and we're right in front of them. Like literally, it's not face to face, but we have the idea. And so we're going to have our first giveaway. I hope you guys are ready, are interested, right? And we don't know it because we're not gonna come back again with the same lignum vitae issue, right? So the first question is, give me 3 tips on how to stay focused and avoid distractions from our first speaker, Deborah McLean. Just 3 tips. And she gave, just in case you're wondering, she gave 6. So give me 3 tips that she gave us on how to stay focused and avoid distractions. You can raise your hand, I'll unmute you. You can type in the chat. Any 3 tips? Any 3 tips, guys? Come on, there's nobody. Come on, guys. Go back to no pen and no paper. No pen and no paper. All right, Courtney, and starting me off with love God. Okay. Don't procrastinate. So nobody else know what bomb rush Courtney and put a little giveaway. We don't know what we are giveaway. Suppose I give her something very, very interesting. All right, Deborah. Okay, so I have Tanya. All right, I see some more coming in. Hold on. Let me ask Tanya to unmute.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, she said that you should write them down, meditate on them, and also that you should write them on a mirror if you want to, put them on a vision board, and also that you should not. What is that word?
Give us 2. Need one more.
Ease of. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Let me reconstruct.
We understand. Just one more.
Sorry. What did I say before? Write it down.
So the vision board, writing down.
Yeah, do the vision board, and also that you should just step into it, but do it small. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Okay. All right. So, Tanya, congratulations. You have named 3 of the tips. And just a reminder to everybody else, the 6 tips that she has is to focus on your identity. Try to improve yourself. Create reminders. What is your why? Write them down. Create your vision board. Do all that writing, those are the creative things on your mirrors, right? Have a target, have fundamental targets, and have self-discipline as well, because the actual ability to do something. Practice a meditation. Tanya mentioned that. Practice a meditation and build your habits. All right, Tanya, so you have 2 options and you select one. Do you want a $1,000 phone card credit or you want a $10 Amazon gift card? Which one you want? The credit or the gift card? You can buy things online, shop on Amazon. All right, that asks you to unmute. Which one you want?
I'd like to gift it to the young man who asked the question earlier. Let it be his choice.
Guys, look at that. Look at a core example. That is so sweet of you. All right, so which one are you giving him? The gift card, I said? Just to clarify.
Go ahead and
the gift card or the phone card?
Go ahead and give him the phone card.
All right, awesome. So Sanjay, I hope I'm not butchering your name.
I am coming.
You get a nice piece. You get a nice. You get a lot of credit. So I'm gonna make a note of that. So we have a special item right now. So all right. So I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna save the special item for later. So now we have our 3rd speaker. And I hope you guys are ready for her because it's not a normal Saturday afternoon today, right? And sister, we have awesome speakers lined up. We have them ready on writing down on the points, on sharing them. So the next speaker we have, her name is Shanna K. Chisholm. Oops, my video went. You guys seeing me now? I don't know where my video went. Somebody in the chat, y'all see me? Okay, awesome. All right, so awesome. So our 3rd speaker is Shanna K. Chisholm. My bad. She is the CEO. I don't know where CEO stands for because we just have an entrepreneur speak on the line. She is the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer for Dollar Store JA. First of all, she's deeply involved in philanthropic activities and lives by the belief that a personal and a purposeful life can be achieved by contributing as much as you can with the resources that you have. So Shaneke is a researcher, she's an entrepreneur, she's a philanthropist, she's a business planner, a food lover. Me and Shaneke camp for. We love food. And we are business planner, we are entrepreneur. This is what our meeting is all about. Youth empowerment. So I get the guys coming off with success, we're focused, we're driven. And guess what? In 2019, she launched her dollar store called Dollar Store JA, and she's experiencing constant overpricing of essential and convenient products on the Jamaican market. We know how Jamaica stay already. So guess what she did? After much research, networking, we know so networking is a big thing in Jamaica. So after much research, networking with persons, she was able to source the goods at an affordable price, add them to a competitive advantage. She have a great customer service, that's number 1, and online business. Remember, everything is going online nowadays. And that's how she expanded into a physical location based right here in Jamaica, in Spanish Town. She offers pickup and delivery island-wide. People are big things. This is big things. And guess what she's doing now? She's in the process of launching her business plan workbook, which is to assist young entrepreneurs like myself going into entrepreneurship. I get a lot of tips right now. So I might as well give it a try, right? Our first speaker, Deborah, said you feel motivated right now, write it down on a vision board and go at it. And that is what I am going to do. And she's going to assist us young entrepreneurs to execute the vision of owning a successful business. I'm going to drop her link down in the chat. our Instagram name and everything down in the chat so we can look for her, search her up after this meeting. Ladies and gentlemen here, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Zoom Live, help me to welcome Shana K. Chisholm. Let me see some emojis in the chat. We want to see some money emojis because that's what we're all about today. We want to see some money emojis and we want to tell her congratulations as well. Miss Shana K. Chisholm, are you here? Are you ready for us? What the fuck? We are ready for you. We are definitely ready for you. She here? Oh, let me get her to unmute. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Miss
She's
Griffith.
here.
Good
You're
evening,
welcome.
everyone. Listen, these presenters have been doing such a great job, great gems, and I agree with all the advice that has been given so far. And I must give a big shout out to Pastor Smart when he reached out to me to speak at this youth empowerment seminar. I was very excited simply because it always brings me joy to share my experience, because let me tell you, it has been rough, but with Christ in the vessel, you can and you will smile at the storm, right? So in doing this, I had to sit down and think really hard what aspects of my life I'm going to speak about. And after really thinking, I decided, okay, let me focus on school, work, and of course, my passion, business. Before I get into everything, let me see the hands of those who are still going to school. All right. So I'm about to share my school journey. I graduated from UE last year with a bachelor's in business, right? And this is how it went. I left sixth form, St. George's sixth form, and my parents thought, all right, Shana, you left school, this is it. Go and get your big work now, and time to make some money and buy a house. And then someone there. So I'm like, house? I just left sixth form, right? What about college? Unfortunately, they didn't really prepare for that. So I said, all right, you didn't prepare for it, neither did I, but we can make this work. So what I did, I started to look for opportunities. I applied to UE, and the following week they said to me that, okay, your aunt will take you up and you'll go to school in Canada. So I said, all right, excellent, let's work with that. 2 months passed, no update. 4 months passed, no update. School time, where are the papers, what are we doing? They said that it didn't work out. So I'm saying, but there was no communication made. Luckily, I had applied to UE and I got through. So I said, okay, guys, I got through to UE, no problem. Then they asked me, so how are you going to finance yourself, Miss Chisholm? So that was a question that I was not prepared for, because you're my parents. I should not be worrying about that. But unfortunately, I had to worry. And it was my responsibility to make sure that matters were in my own hands. So what we did, they started to source, and I had to go ahead and see what other avenues were there. The avenue that I went to was, of course, to get a job. So my first job was at a call center. And you guys know how, like, the culture of a call center is, like, how stressing it was. Yes, very, very stressing. So tiresome. It is very much so. So within my first semester of first year, I said, listen, I can't do this no more because it's messing up my mental health. I can't study and worrying about customers. What's my priority? So I left that work and I decided that let me go and apply for some scholarships. And I've never done this before. This was my first time And I went ahead. My first semester, I didn't get any. But then 2 Peter's 3, I always have this in my back of my head. 2 Peter's 3, verse 9 says that the Lord is not slow to fulfill his promise, as some count slowness, right? But he is patient towards you. So I said, all right, second semester, I didn't get any, but God will work it out. Within my second year, I got a scholarship. So I said, all right, awesome. It wasn't full, but I had to work with it because that's what I had. And then within my second year again, second semester, I got a next one. So I said, well, God is really working out. After I reached my third year and I got a next scholarship. So what had happened was that my first scholarship that I had tied me to Jamaica. And then the second one I got, I could leave, right? So how it works is that sometimes what happens is that the government will give you funds for your education. However, you have to work for them for a period of time. I was not interested in that. The last scholarship I got was a full scholarship as well. And what I did was to take that one and give it to somebody else. The first one, I gave it to somebody else. After realizing that a lot of persons were in the same situation as me, I basically started to give advice on how to get it. And eventually, I shared my experience on Smile Jamaica, like step by step. When I said step by step, I literally mean, what do you put on your application form? What do you say in your interview? And what do you do after? And if any of you guys want a step-by-step guide on how to do that, you can reach out to me on my Instagram. It's my full name, Shana K. Chisholm, and I can send you, just reach out to me, or my business page, either one, right? Because this is information that I think everyone should have and should know, and it can be impactful in person's life. Yes, applying for it. So moving on, I completed UA, thank God, without any debt, and I am about to start my next journey. But what I want you guys to always remember, even if the journey is new for you, there is never a shortage of success, meaning that even if someone else got it or you feel like you're not qualified, you are qualified, and you should always put your best self out there and know that whatever you're going for, it's yours. It's yours. So the next journey I'd like to share with you is my job hunting journey. As youths, it can be very discouraging. Let me see the hands of those who are working right now or looking for work. Mm-hmm. All right, so I think my first job, which was the call center job, really taught me how to deal with people, and I'm very much grateful for that. But my second job, right, as an intern, really taught me life lessons that if I could go back in time and do it again, I would. Funny enough, that job did not pay well. Like literally, it did not pay well. But the lessons that I was learning, right, it was invaluable. Like no one could pay for those lessons. And I always implore persons, once you're within a space, try to make use of the people around you. Try to network, because that's how you really gain more opportunity, and that's how you build yourself. You build yourself and you can pass that on to someone else and build them. So, for example, my intern work introduced me to a lot of persons who helped me become who I am now, right? Networking is a key part of life, whether it be at church, at work, and you should always put yourself out there. One of the things that really kept me during that internship phase, because you know you have financial responsibilities and you're like, wait, how do I manage this, but I still want to have the benefit of learning so much, is that Psalms 100 said, know that the Lord, he is God, and it is he who made us, and we are his. I know that I'm his, and he will never leave me nor forsake me. So what I had to do was to go through my journey, and as youths, what we often try to do is take shortcuts. We want the fast lane, right? But in doing that, what you really do is skip over things that build you. So stuff that you'd have learned, lessons that you'd have learned and take with you throughout life, you skip that and you reach and there's no substance. Someone said character development, excellence. That is it. That is it. And the next journey, so I passed through that internship phase. I'm still at the company that I was working with. Got promotion, doing well, and seeing where I have lived through that journey, it really built me to say, I can execute more, I can give more. In life, it's not so much about what you can get, but how much you can give and be impactful. You guys agree? Mm-hmm. All right, excellent. So the last thing, or the last journey I want to share with you guys is my business journey, in which something I am pretty much enjoying right now. As Ms. Griffiths had said, I'm the CEO of Dollar Store JA, and it's a small business online, Instagram, and we have a physical store in Spanish Town as well. So this is the journey on how I started. Before the pandemic, I said, all right, let's do this. I have the network, I have the resources, let's put it all together. And like a month when I supposed to launch, the pandemic happened. So I'm like, what next? What should I do? But then as Zaria was talking about the business plan, guys, I hope you were taking notes while she was speaking, because when you have a business plan behind you, it helps you to adjust for any uncertainty. And that's what helped me to execute. So having the business plan helped me to say, okay, Shana, you were planning to have a physical store, you were planning to reach students, right, through school, but now everything has basically stopped. It has stopped in the sense that there's no more school, right? And work is now online. So you had to restructure to say, how are you going to reach your target audience? And not only reach it, but make it impactful, because you can't be putting in and you're not getting out. How can I adjust my business plan to fit what is currently happening in the society? And I sat down, I look around me and I see that a lot of persons are stopping their business, you know, and everyone is demotivated. And in that situation, you can do one of two things. It can fold, meaning that you can just stop and say you're not going to do it because everyone else is folding, or you can push on and know that you can do it. And a scripture I'd like to leave with you is Jeremiah 29 verse 11, to say that, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, right? God is preparing something greater for you. And you should always walk in faith, knowing that He's there, He's beside you, and you will be successful in anything you do. With that being said, I continued. I continued and made the adjustments to Dollar Store JA so that it could fit within the pandemic. And what happened is that persons around me saw that, okay, the page is growing and you're doing well. How? As the host has said, Miss Griffith said that one of the things that I like doing is work. I'll share. I'll tell you exactly what to do. I'll tell you how to do it. And what you have to do is just put in the work. So I'll tell you step by step how to do it, and you do your part. And what I did was to show them how to do their 5-year prediction forecast, right? How to adjust their business plan who didn't have one, show them the major elements to say, this is step one. Find out who you're going after, first of all, because a lot of time persons in business say everybody is my customer, but really and truly that's not the case. Your product or your service must be formulated in a way you're aiming after a particular set of persons. So once you know that, then you can then structure your business to say, this is how I'm going to reach them, right? This is right, the target market, excellent. This is how I'm going to reach them, and this is the channel I'm going to use, and this is the impact that I want to have. Because in anything you do and everything you do, you should have expectations for yourself. That would be like a measuring ground to say, I am doing well, I am not doing well, and you should have a record of everything that you do so you can put it together to do a end analysis to say what I did made sense, or I need to adjust because I made a mistake here, right? As youths, it's important to record. It's important to seek advice because there's so much persons who, whatever we're pursuing now, they have done it before. And a lot of time ego comes in the way to say, you don't want to ask nobody for help. But it's totally okay. It's 100% okay to ask for help. You can ask for help and get more than what you even wanted. You get me? And even that asking for help, it might seem low to you, but really and truly what it's doing, it's opening opportunities for you to even be further than where you were. They could say, no, let me link you up to somebody and you guys can talk about it. I drifted a bit, but I remember one day I was at a place, right, doing some HR work, and the person said to me, we were talking and they said, Shana, let me tell you, you see, when you're in a group and you're speaking and you want to find out information, you simply ask, who do you know that you think I should know? That way, when you ask that question, that person is going to jog their memory and say, well, I can link you up on this person, or I can refer you to this person so that you can get more information, right? Ask them, who do you know? Sometimes people know the people that know, but they don't know that you want to know them as well. So you have to put yourself out there and say, listen, I want a piece of that cake. I want to put myself out there as well, So you have to literally put yourself out there to know persons and to network so you can have a greater work that you're doing. So going back on track now, right? Guiding them through the business plan and everything, I realized how impactful it was. And they continued, youth like you and I, they continued their business and they went along and they know how to adjust now. We're ending the pandemic period. If you have a small business, you know that it's time for you to adjust again. If you're planning to expand, you know that you can accommodate more persons, advertisement, or whatever engagement you want to have. You know that, all right, this is time to take a good day, because a business plan restructure is not easy. A good tool to restructure to fit whatever externalities that we're having right now. So the reality is things do happen and we can't do anything about what happened, but what we can do is restructure. Terrian said something while Zaria was speaking. She said that they can apply a SWOT analysis to your life. And I saw that and I'm like, girl, you are onto something, because it's true. If you look at life like a business, or you look at not even life in general as a business, you can say, all right, this is what I want to achieve. You make your projection. I am this, I'm 25, I am 19. In 5 years' time, I want to achieve this, right? All right, what is my personality trait that I need to develop, and what is my strong points? What is a threat to me getting that goal? You know, how is the best way to attain it? That's basically what a business plan is. And you can develop a business plan for your life, for anything that you're doing, and it really helps you to execute when you have problems or externalities. It helps you to adjust as well. In closing, I just want to say to you guys, whatever you do, understand that the goal never changes. Your journey might change, right? Whatever route, sometimes the journey get longer, and that's okay. God is with you. Sometimes the journey gets shorter. That's fine as well. But as long as you're going to that goal that you have on your vision board, that goal that you set your mind to 2 years ago or 1 year ago, reach that goal. It doesn't change. Time doesn't matter. The journey might change, but your goal doesn't change. So I implore you to use your faith, strategize, actually put in the work, because even though we say faith moves mountain, faith doesn't work unless you do. Put in your work, pray, and let God do the rest. That's it. Once you put in the work, pray, God will do the rest. Thank you for having me.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Shanake Chisholm, for you're gone. Thank you so much for your impactful words. Guys, again, I hope you were writing down, right, as Pastor Jordan Smart says, faith, strategize, and work. Big things. I was making my notes, right? So again, want to say thank you very, very much, guys. Two important things that I noted: networking works. Always make sure you're networking. Who do you know that I should know? Honestly, it's a big thing, because I've tried that before. As you said, with scholarships, I wanted a scholarship because I was looking at it and I was saying, listen, that student loan thing, that is a lot. I tried signing up for it. I was pressured into signing up for it from my parents, and I tried the first step. I'm gonna go through the first step, and I said, why them people want to know so much stuff? Like, it is a lot to do. Trust me. When you network with people, it honestly works for you. So don't skip a character development, because it definitely helps. Because I was like, okay, when somebody tell me, say, all right, so they see this really not gonna work out, you know. I say, okay. Me feel that way, but it make me stronger. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna try a different way how to get it. All right. So again, we have one last giveaway, but I'm going to have our last speaker. Again, I'm gonna tell her thanks and tell her congratulations on her business. Remember, so while giving her the nice gratitudes and stuff in the chat, let me go ahead and introduce our last speaker for the night. Plus, we have a little special stuff after he speaks, but never forget, never leave. Don't leave, guys. Don't leave. I pray you don't leave. Stay until the end. All right. So this speaker is a follower of Christ with a passion for helping persons to establish and operate a successful business. Not only business, but businesses, whilst maintaining balance in all areas of his life. If you were listening to the other speakers, especially Deborah, she mentioned time management and a balance in all areas of your life, spiritual, family, financial, right? He is married to the beautiful Yetunda Dixon. I like the name. I love the name very much. Whom is looking forward to a life with as his co-owner of McLean Dixon Trading Company Limited, which owns and operates several other businesses. I realize that, no, I don't know if you guys realize that we have a lot of business owners in here. Okay. He's also an executive member of the Wire to Win group, which deals with speaking, mentorship, and coaching. Now, I want you guys to listen carefully. This person is certified in supervisory management, which he acquired from the UE Open Campus, sales strategies, Think, Grow, Lead, TGL for short, and the Business Management and Development Action Coach. All right. People, he has a bachelor's in urban planning from the University of Technology, Jamaica. He has served and continues to serve. I'm getting tongue-tied here. This is a lot. People have a powerhouse right now. Okay. He continues to serve in both the public and private sector with over 10 years in the fields of development and environmental management. He's employed as an urban planner with the government of Jamaica. Want to hear that? With the government of Jamaica. And he does private consultation for developers, as well as mentoring and coaching individuals towards a purposeful and enriched life. Let's not forget, he lives by the scripture, Hebrews 12, verse 11. And I quote, "No discipline is pleasant, but it will produce a harvest." Mr. Tennyson Dixon, are you ready for us? People, send those clapping emojis, send those congratulations emojis. He's done big things and we're ready to hear from him. Is he here? Awesome. Let me unmute him. All right.
Brilliant. I was wondering what was happening just now. You know, me I said, hold on, no, man. The people they mute me. Them know I hear from me. What is happening? All right. Big up to the viewers who are online right now. Big up to you, Madam Host. You're doing an awesome job. Big up to our viewers online. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been listening to the three other female speakers, and me not lie, no hot. It has been really good. The information that you have shared, it is just next level. I have been learning. I'm telling you, I have been learning. I've been taking notes from you guys. And let me say this, I can tell you, your future is bright, 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 bright. If you continue on the same journey, you're going to be surprised by what God is going to give you. When you decide that you're going to go after something with all your heart, the word of God says, no discipline seems pleasant at the time. Going after success is a discipline. Going after what you want is a discipline. Deciding that you will never, ever give up no matter what is a discipline. It may seem unpleasant, but watch this. The word of God promises us that it will produce a harvest. Ladies, there's a harvest waiting for you. Don't give up. You're going to get it. And it's the same for everyone online who is watching right now and everyone in the Zoom room. There is a harvest waiting for you. But guess what? You cannot give up. You have to give it your all. You have to be hungry. You have to be driven. You have to be determined. You have to cut off some friends. You have to close the ears to some people who want to tell you doubting things and decide that you're going to go after it no matter what. That is what success takes, and that is the price that you have to pay. You have to give it your all. If you want something, you have to do something. If you want something specific, you have to do something specific. Great night to our viewers who are online right now. Big up yourself, Pastor Smart. Thank you for inviting me. Shout out to everyone who is online. Watch this. Here's what I want you to do for me. And Lady Lysian, I hope I got that right. Just tell me if the echo is giving you too much of a feedback. Just let me know.
It's not bothering me. It's not bothering me.
All right, so good. I'm coming through clear.
Coming through clear.
All right, brilliant, brilliant. So watch this now. To our viewers who are online, this is what I want you to do for me. You see me a big one up every minute. This is what I want you to do for me. I want you to share this with as many persons as you can. I'm not gonna say this plain and straight, you know, whole heap of garbage on social media. I'm tired of it. Too much garbage upon social media. We need content that is going to uplift people. We need content that are going to challenge people to go to the next level. Garbage can't challenge you. Garbage only sink you. But good content elevate you. If you want elevation, you have to eat good food. If you want to grow, you have to eat good food. And information is good food for the mind. So what you take in is what you're going to produce. If you take in garbage, you put out garbage. If you take in good stuff, you produce good stuff. So share this with as many persons as you can so that they can be impacted as you're about to be right now. Big up to the ministers who are online watching from the ministry. Again, thank you for having me here. And I must shout out the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, he who has kept me on this journey. If it wasn't for God, I don't know where I would be. Me probably would have stressed out and said, me can't bother. But because of the rock, because of the cross, I can continue. And shout out to my mentor, my spiritual father, Bishop Courtney McLean. I like to call him Head Coach McLean. He's my mentor. He has guided me through many different areas of life and giving me tips as to how I can get to the next level. And that's what I'm going to share with you now. Some of my own personal experiences and just what I have done to be where I am right now, you know? So we're going to get into it. I'm going to share with you the 5 keys for success. And these are the keys that I have used to be where I am. So these are the 5 keys for success. If you're ready for the keys, type release. Just type release in the chat. Type release if you're online. Let me see that. I want to see as much release as possible so that I know that you're engaged. Just type release. I'm a boss it. Just type release. I'm a boss it. Be ready. All right, I see them. Release. So watch this. The first thing is what matters to you. That's the first key for success. What matters to you? Now, success varies for everyone. Your idea of success and my idea of success, it varies. You realize each individual that spoke before, what they are doing is separate. It's different. They are different areas of their life. I am at a different era of my life right now, right? Pastor Smart is at a different era of his life. And what I consider success and what he considers success, they're 2 different things. So you have to ask yourself, what matters to me the most right now? And I want to challenge you, 1, 2, 3. If you have your pen and paper ready, I want you to write this down. 1, 2, 3. Write down the 3 top things that matter to you the most right now. The 3 top things that matter the most to you. For me, my top 3 is God, my family, and making an impact. And what I'm doing right here, right now, is a part of my purpose. So me being able right now to share with everyone online, wherever you are, I am walking in what I consider to be successful, because that is what matters the most to me, impacting people. Listen, last week Friday, I was speaking to some administrators at the medical sciences at UA. And you would think that they are successful, right? Because they're working in med sciences and it looks like a lovely job. But when I spoke to them, what matters the most to them, their jobs, was robbing it from them. It was robbing them and they felt miserable. So I'm telling you, don't watch what someone else has. Look at what you want for yourself. Comparison is the fastest way to kill your dream. Don't compare your dream. Build your own dream. So write down the top 3 things that matters the most to you. What are your top 3? Write them down. What are your top 3? You have to write them down. I love how one of the presenters spoke about Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision and make it plain. But I love the additional part of the scripture. This is what it says, so that those who see it may run. You have to have a plain vision so that you can run. If you don't see it, it's hard for you to run. Where are you running to if you don't know what matters? What kind of energy you exert if it doesn't matter? You're wasting time. So when you know what matters and you exert that energy and you see it come into life, then you are a success. That is success. You know what matters, you put in the energy, you see it come to life, you are a success. Simple as that. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is what I like to call the axis of power. I love that, Sister Barbara. God, family, and your purpose for living. Now, I want you to break that down a little bit more. Your purpose. What is your life's purpose? And that's a question that everyone should always strive to understand. My life purpose is impacting people in a positive way. That's just my life purpose. And before I get to the second key, I want to delve a little bit more on purpose. Now, your purpose, right? Your purpose has to be bigger than you, and it has to impact a lot of people. Your purpose cannot be about you alone. Here's the thing. You have to give to receive. Now watch me now, just follow me. You have to give to receive. And I'm talking about the principle of sowing and reaping. You have to give to receive. When you give good service, you get profits. When you give a good compliment, you get a smile. When you give hard work, sweat, and tears, you get a reward. You have to give to receive. Now, never you dare think about all you want to do is get the money. You'll never get money if all you think about is getting money. You have to become what you want in order to get what you want. So you have to become a giver in order to receive. You have to give the best in your business to get the best profits. You have to give the best customer service to get more customers. You have to give 12 hours a day so that your business can give you back free time at the end of the day. Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, type you're making sense. Talk to me now, man. Talk to me now. You have to give to receive. So if you don't give, not expect to get nothing. If you don't give good quality work, you won't get anything. If you don't give excellence, you won't get anything. If you don't give discipline, like Debbie said, you won't get anything. You have to do something for something happen. You have to give in order to receive. You have to give to receive. You have to give to receive. God is not mocked. Whatever a man soweth, so shall he reap. The Bible is the biggest principle book, the biggest success book me ever read. I'm telling you. So just remember that your purpose is wrapped up in how much you can give. So me right here, sharing with persons, I'm walking in my purpose. When I'm able to serve customers through my business, I'm walking in my purpose. When I'm able to pay my employees, I'm walking in my purpose. When I am able to buy land with a group of family members so that they can make money when I sell it back, I'm walking in purpose. My purpose is to impact others. What is your purpose? What makes sense to you? What matters to you? When you figure that out, success, you begin to attract it. You have to know what you want in order to get what you want. All right? So watch this. The second principle is the axis of power. Now, this transformed my life, may I tell you. This transformed my life, and I wish someone said it to me sooner. But don't worry, you're going to get it at the age I wish I got it. And I am now, how old am I now? I'm 32. And when I was 26, I bought my first home when I was 26. And it's because someone said something to me as a young man, and that shifted my life, and that made me get hungry. So I'm telling you, every young person that's online right now, even if you're not so young like one time, it's okay. But every young person who is watching right now, if you use these keys, I'm telling you, your life is going to accelerate and you're going to achieve things so fast. They might go wonder if I chop your chop. But it's because you're using the success principles. All right? Now, and I'm not in support of chopping in any way, shape, or form. That is stealing. The Bible said, thou shalt not, no steal, man. Don't do it. It's not good. It's not a good thing. Don't do it. Now, the axis of power. And the axis of power is simply this. You have 2 points. You have powerful and you have powerless. Now, your actions determine which one you are. if you're powerful or if you're powerless. Now, the powerful people, they work with what is known as an OR, OAR. You know, you have a boat and use the oar to bring you back or forward, right? So powerful people, they work with the OAR, the oar. And powerless people, they work with the bed, BED. This is what changed my life drastically. I was a powerless bed person. What does that mean? BED, blame, excuses, and denial. Me also blame everything on everybody except myself. I used to make all sort of excuses at the government, at the economy, at this, at that. And I used to be in denial. I procrastinate and I keep on and say, I know me, man, because the people them I try to stress me out, them not like me. I came up with every excuse, and that excuse made me powerless. I was weak. But I became powerful when I started working with the OAR, ownership. O stands for ownership. I had to own my process to become powerful. I had to now put things in place to stop procrastinating. I had to put things in place to stop wasting time. I had to put things in place to take myself to the next level. And A, accountability. I had to be held accountable to someone. I had to be held accountable to a mentor, someone who said, Tennyson, you said that next year you're gonna own or you're gonna save $1 million. Have you done it? Someone who's gonna take you up on the things that you said. You have to be accountable to someone if you want to take your thing to the next level. If you are not accountable to someone, you're in trouble. I'm telling you. If you're not accountable to someone, you're going to stay in bed and make excuses for the rest of your life. And accountability is seen everywhere. Every spiritual son has a spiritual father that he's accountable to. Every worker has a supervisor that they're accountable to. Every CEO is accountable to a board. Every taxi driver is accountable to his passengers. Everywhere you look, there is accountability. And where there is no accountability, there is destruction. Where there is accountability, there is success. The next thing is responsibility. R. You have to be responsible. It is your responsibility to get to the next level. You know, I love the whole idea of salvation. Salvation. Me can't get saved for you, you know. Your salvation is not dependent on what I do, you know. It is your choice. You are responsible for your salvation. And that's the spiritual life. Now, if you depend on your job and you have been given a task to do, you are responsible to do it, not me. So you have to now be responsible and take up responsibility for the things that you need to do or produce. So when you own the process, when you become accountable, or someone holds you accountable, or you become responsible for what you're producing, you now become powerful. Let me tell you how you can become powerful. Let me tell you how you can become powerful after this session. Every point that was raised, if there's any one of them you can apply to your life, start today, apply it right away. That is how you become powerful. You know how you can become powerless? At the end of this empowerment session, you decide that you will do nothing. You are powerless. You are stuck in where you were. But I know that there are only powerful people online right now. I know there are only powerful people watching me right now. Watch this. We were fearfully and wonderfully made in the likeness and image of Christ. Christ is not powerless. Christ is not a loser. Christ is a winner. Christ is a victor. So if we have been made in his likeness and his image, why we are walking around like we're powerless? We are powerful people. But you have to grab the OR, the OAR, and get in that powerful place and make things happen. All right, watch this. The next key. Somebody type next key. Somebody type next key. Anaki, I see your razor and I'm coming to you. Somebody type next key, next key, next key, next key, next key, next key. I love it. All right, before we release the next key, let me just state that question from Anna K quickly. Go ahead, please. I think the host has to unmute Anna K, I believe. All right, look like Anna K put down her hand. No problem, Anna K, that's fine. Just get your questions and answers ready, and I'm going to ask at least 15 persons for their major takeaway. So, no better have no takeaway ready. If never call upon somebody and them not ready, that means you were acting in a powerless state. So 15 of you, get ready. I don't know who I'm going to call on, but get ready with your major takeaway. So the next key is, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? And it's okay if you're a young person. If you're a young person and you don't know what you're passionate about as yet, it's okay. You are on a journey of learning. Never you on your journey of learning condemn yourself. Don't condemn yourself. It's okay. If you don't know as yet, it's okay. You are learning. But it's important to know what you're passionate about before it's too late. I am passionate about speaking. I love it. Listen, man. All right. At the end of the presentation, I'll confess something. I'm very passionate about speaking. So whenever I speak, persons always say, wow, you're so good at it. But it's what I love. So when I do this, I'm not working. When I do this, I'm having fun because that's what I'm passionate about. So don't you ever work to make money. Work because you enjoy it. And the money will just be a byproduct. The money will just be, the money will just be that sweet reward because you're doing what you love. But if you ever decide that you're only going to work for money, I have a warning for you. You're going to be miserable. I was there once. I was working a lovely job, making a lot of money, and I was miserable. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. Every time I got the money, I felt like I wanted to give it back because I never liked what I was doing. So you have to know what you're passionate about and work in that passion. A lot of the great inventions that you see is not because they wanted to invent something for money. No, that's not why they did it. They did it because they had a passion and they believed in something. Let me give you a history lesson. Elon Musk. How much of us know PayPal? I think all of us know PayPal, right? So Elon Musk and the group that he worked with, they were the persons that first created PayPal. And they sold PayPal for, I think, about 150 million US. They sold PayPal, right? And when they sold PayPal, you would think that, all right, Elon must get 150, part of 150 million, him nice. He can go relax. But his passion wasn't about the money. His passion was to create new, groundbreaking, and innovative ideas. So what did he do? He took a portion of his money and dumped almost all of it into Tesla. When he put it in Tesla, persons were saying, but electric cars now gone away. Electric cars aren't sexy. Electric cars are foolishness. Where you go with that? But he had a passion. Everybody else was saying, why waste your money? But his passion is, I want to develop something. When he developed Tesla, right now, Tesla is one of the richest companies in the world. Was he going after that goal to become the richest man in the world? No, he was going after the goal of building something that he was passionate about. What is your passion? I'm telling you, if you find your passion, you will never be broke again. You have to find that passion and work at it. And you will never, ever, ever be broke again. I can promise you that. I'm telling you, you'll never be broke again. Now, the next key is you have to find a mentor. You have to find a coach. You have to find someone who has been there, done that, and can tell you what to avoid, what to do, and where to go. So what I have done, I've become a mentor. I am a Wired to Win certified mentor. So earlier, you'd have heard in the bio that I'm part of the Wired to Win group. And that group, started by head coach Bishop Courtney McLean, deals with working with persons for them to live their best lives. Because unfortunately, the culture that we live in right now, it just a mess with people's minds. It I tell them, say, if them not there on the beach taking selfies and drinking mojitos, then they're not successful. I don't know who came up with that definition. Each person has a different definition of success, and it is necessary for you to find that out, because as I said earlier, anyhow you find yourself trying to live like someone else, that's the fastest way to get to depression and frustration. You cannot live like someone else, because each of us has been given a unique life to live. So we have to live that life, just like the parables with the 5 talents, right? Each person was given a specific amount of talents to use. No one got the same amount. In the same way, no one has the same amount of gifts. Everybody has something unique, but you have to know how to do and use that specific thing for yourself to reap a benefit. You have to know what to do. And a mentor can show you how to do that. Listen, I have been bankrupt in my business. I have gone to 0 sales. I have had banks calling me left, right, and center. I have gone to $0 and 0 cents. And I rise up again. But the reason why I failed, I don't want anybody to go through that. So I mentor persons and tell them what to avoid, what to look out for, and what to walk in and what to walk out of, right? So you have to get a mentor, and a mentor is one of the fastest ways to get to success, because they will know what to avoid, what books to tell you to read, what associations to tell you to keep. They'll even tell you, say, listen, you waste time. You move like your eyeglass. Yeah, man, sometimes your mentor will cut you deep, because sometimes we need a little cutting to get going. You know what I mean? And even Pastor George Smart, he's a mentor as well. So there are mentors all around. And if you want to create something big, look for someone who is doing something big. Just invite them out for lunch. Tell them, say, listen, I want to carry out for lunch because I have some questions I would love to ask you. Or you send them an email. Research someone, send them an email. Hi, my name is X. I'm opening a business. I want to learn more about a particular area. Can you assist me? If it is that you want a mentor, because I see a lot of persons asking about that, you can visit www.wiredtowindna.com. I think Debbie typed it in the chat, so you can follow that link. There are a lot of mentors there, so you can reach out to any one of them. Now, the next key is, you see, whatever get you there, it won't keep you there. Let me say that again. Whatever got you there, wherever there is, whatever you consider to be success, right? If you're successful in your CXCs next year, don't think the same energy is going to get you your bachelor's. Don't think what got you your bachelor's is going to give you your master's. Don't think what got you your master's is going to give you your PhD. Just like, you know, my friend who has the Dollar Tree, I think it's Dollar Tree, the Dollar Tree business. What energy she used to start off her business, she have to put in more energy to maintain it and take it to the next level. Now, this is a simple formula that I want to show you that easily summarizes what I'm talking about. Consistency, right? Plus actions equal results. Consistency plus actions equal results. Now, what is important is the actions. What actions are you taking? Because if you're consistent in a bad action, you're going to get, okay, I have to say it. If you're consistent in foolishness, I'm sorry for you, you're going to get frustration. If you're consistent in madness and procrastination, you're going to get frustration. Whatever you are consistent in is what you will produce and reap. So the thing is, your action. A lot of us, we have bad habits. We watch TV late, we study last minute, we don't properly prepare for some things, we give a lot of excuses, we blame other people, we deny the facts, When you consistently do those things, which are bad actions, you get lame results. You get uninspiring results. You get results where even God wonder where you really are going with from a good God earth, right? So, but when you are consistent in good actions, what are good actions? Putting aside 10% of what you earn in investments. What are good actions? Go into your bed early so that you can wake up on time and get things done. What are good actions? Stop eating so much zinger and start eating a salad. What are good actions? Exercising for at least 15 minutes per day. What are good actions? Reading 1 hour of a good book every day. What are good actions? Cut out the juice. Consistency plus good actions produce good results. Consistency plus bad actions produce disastrous results. Watch your actions, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying to you right now. Watch your actions. If you want something, do something. If you want something specific, do something specific. What are your actions? You know, I love this saying, and this is what I'm going to wrap up with. I love this saying. Your habits determine your lifestyle. Your lifestyle determine your destiny. Now, God gave us all a choice. He gave Eve a choice. We all know the choice where Eve made, where she and Adam make, poor thing. God gave us all a choice. He gave Saul a choice. Saul made a horrible choice. Even Jesus had a choice, because at one point he was begging, Lord, take this bitter cup from me. But if it is thy will, yeah, man, he's going to follow through. We all have a choice to make. What choice will you make as it pertains to your actions? Will you pick the right actions, or will you pick the bad actions? Will you decide to become powerful by owning where you are right now, being responsible, and letting someone hold you accountable to change some of those actions and go to the next level? Now, your bad habits, you heard what I said about bad habits, your lifestyle and your destiny. Now, if you want, I can tell you, listen to those 4 ladies who just spoke, I can tell you the trajectory of their life because of the choices that they have made. And those choices are based on their actions or their good habits. So I can tell you where they're going. So look at your life right now, make an assessment. Are you doing things that are not good? I'm telling you, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, it will produce a harvest of righteousness and peace. But in the same way, if you have bad habits can produce a harvest of madness. So you have to assess your life, get rid of the bad actions, replace them with good actions, remain consistent. And I'm telling you, I'm not asking you, that what you will receive at the end of the day will be success. My name is Tennyson Dixon, and that's it from me. And I'm ready to ask my questions for the major takeaways. If you have anything that you want to ask me, just use the raise hand icon and I will answer it. So I want to take about 5 questions, and then I'll ask everyone for the major takeaway. And if I ever ask somebody about the major takeaway and they don't have it, that is a bad action. No, ramp with me today. But I know if you have answered, and because you have been taking notes, that's a good action and your result is on the right path. All right, so any questions, use the raise hand icon and I'll gladly answer it. And my beautiful wife just entered the room. So, you know, so she's here with me, always supporting me. Big up yourself, wifey. All right, so any questions? I see one from Kadian. Kadian, big up yourself. Please ask your question. All right,
Okay.
Luciana. Oh, I think you have to
Good
help
night,
Kadian.
everyone. All right,
Good night.
so let me ask this question. All right, what made you to not quit when I know that sometimes you will be at a place, so what made you to keep going or something like that?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. So earlier you'd have heard Deborah said, so I'm going to sound a little bit like a broken record, but it has to be your why. What is that why? What's the why? And I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable here. I can tell you what my why is. My why is I've seen my parents struggle. And because I've seen them struggle, I told myself that I'm not going to struggle. I'm going to do something different. So the pain of that struggling, sometimes it fuels me. Or not wanting my own kids to go through what I went through, that is what pushes me. So sometimes you have to ask yourself what matters most. That's why I told persons to write down the top 3 things that matters the most. Because when what matters the most come under threat, things get a little bit uncomfortable for you and you're now forced to do something about it. You get what I mean? So sometimes the why or what matters has to be bigger than you, because sometimes the greatest motivation is not internal, it's external. So when you see the people you love suffering, you're moved to do something about it. When you see, your mother or your father needing something, you want to solve that problem for them because you love them. So when your why and what matters is bigger than you, that will keep you and get you motivated 24/7. So yeah, so you have to write down those top 3 things that matters, and it cannot be, oh, I want to feel good. It has to be bigger than you, and that's it. I hope that answered the question. All right, so any other questions, please use the raise hand icon. You're welcome, Kadian. Please use the raise hand icon and I will respond. If not, I have 15 persons to ask what are their greatest takeaways, and I can't wait to hear some of them. And yeah, just want to say thank you again to Pastor Smart and the IRC, the ministries, as well as the fellow ministers and persons who are online watching. Thank you so much for having me. So let's see if there are no other raise hand icon in the window. I don't know if you have any questions online, YouTube or Facebook that you could probably ask Lysian, but if not, I'm going to go around quickly the room and ask persons, what was your major takeaway? So Janice Gordon, I'm going to ask you first, what is your major takeaway? If you want to type it, that's fine. If you want to say it, I'd prefer that. All right, so while Janice gets that ready, Janice, can you unmute? I'm not sure. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on quickly. So let's ask Michelle Carter, what was your greatest takeaway? All right, I'm not sure what's happening. Lysian, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sending the unmute button, but no, it's not. Nobody's clicking them.
Oh, all right, no problem, no problem. That's fine, that's fine. All right, good, good, good. All right, if anyone just wants to share quickly what was their greatest takeaway, that's fine. Deborah is asking me to ask her, Deborah, what was your greatest takeaway? Go right ahead. The greatest takeaway. Do something you're passionate about. It's like you're becoming successful doing something you love. Find a mentor. And she put in brackets, she really needs to find one. It's great to have someone who has been there, done that. You'll be able to avoid certain mistakes. Comparison kills success. Stop comparing yourself to others. I love that, Debbie. Well said. All right, Kadian, I think you're ready now. Go ahead, Kadian. Let me hear what you have to say.
Okay, good night again, everyone. All right, so my greatest takeaway from it is that Mr. Tennyson, as well as others, But mostly Mr. Tennyson told me some beneficial tips or keys regarding to unlock the success of my life. And it's basically a journey. So you have to know your why. Knowing your why will basically helps you, keeps you motivated for the goals that you list or what you want to achieve. In terms of staying motivated, you mentioned to get like a mentor, which is rather good. And I am for this one, you also mentioned something about like the purpose. Was it the purpose or the passion? Let me see the question that you asked earlier.
Somebody said, somebody typed here the pages.
Yes, I made sure to write them down. Yes, you asked a question. I'm trying to find. You asked a specific question. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Is it the one that says what's
do something specific to get something specific?
Oh, I got it. All right, you said 3 things that matters most. That's the one right to me, so I'm gonna mention that one. So it's a little bit similar to yours, but a little twist. So God, family, financial success and freedom, and to be at a better place of a peace of mind in my life, and to also make an impact on persons as well, to give back, to be happy. That is it. All right.
Right. I think it's now in terms of the. All right, sorry about that, guys. Seems I had some technical challenges just now, but I'm back. All right. Hello?
You're back. Yeah.
All right, brilliant. All right, thank you so much, Katie. And if there is not another major takeaway, going once, going twice, Tanya Morgan, right on the nick of time. Go right ahead, please.
Okay, so my major takeaway was well, I'm going to term it differently. Are you hearing me?
Go ahead. Yes, I am.
I'm going to term it differently from what I think it means the same thing. Consistency of actions equals your result, or will determine your result, and then the root of your consistency will determine the fruits that you bear. So be consistent with good actions, because your habits will determine your lifestyle, and your lifestyle will determine your destiny.
Listen, you never get your ears for listen chopper music. You got your ears to listen to wisdom. I love that. That was good. I love that one. I think for me, that's one of the biggest takeaways that I've used in my life. Whenever I'm not getting something that I want, I just ask myself, are you doing enough of the right thing? You know what I mean? And whenever I ask myself that question, it's always a no. So what do? I get aggressive and begin to do the right things, and then I get the results that I really want. So that's a very good one, Tanya. Thank you so much. So if there aren't any more major takeaways, going once, going twice. All right, I think there's something in the chat. Let me just read that quickly. Who else going so I can share mine? Lacey and Griffiths. Share yours, please. Wow, you sent quite a bit. You said a lot of good stuff. However, when you did the demonstration of the Axis power, it opens up my awareness to success to a different level. Next, for me, was when you said comparison kills dreams. This can put a blindfold on our eyes and not allow us to see through the lens of becoming successful. Next was when you say, know what matters to us. A lot of times we view life from a powerless angle and it damages our ability to go forward. No, sir. I want to come from. Where I want to come from? I want to have no head alone for wear wig. We'll have on a head for store knowledge and information. I love that. 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 That was good. That was good. You guys make me feel so good. Can I tell you? As I said before, my passion is about sharing with others. And when I can share and see people grasp it and give it back to me, that just made me feel really good. So guys, thank you so much for making me feel empowered, because all those major takeaways are so good. I mean, those are takeaways that you can share with others. And me say it, you know, but you got it, understood it. And when you share it back, it's gonna be yours. Thank you so much. I think there's one final question. What are your social media handles and ways to book you for speaking engagements? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share a number in the chat, and you can contact that number and just ask for me. When you contact that number, that is Wired to Win. So once you contact that number, you just ask for Coach Tennyson and someone will be able to assist you. So just contact the number that I'm going to share now, ask for Coach Tennyson, and someone will give you further information. So thank you so much. If there are no, I don't think I want to ask that question again. If you have Grandma Sarah, God bless you. I see your camera open. It's good to see your face. God bless you, Grandma Sarah. So thank you so much for having me, everyone, and just have an awesome night. You're all awesome people. God bless you.
Sorry, we have to laugh at that one. But you have to hear mine, because I wrote down a lot of stuff from what you said. I have 3 different papers here, back and front, freestyle written with multiple black ink pen. But the one main thing that really got me when I first come on is when them talk about the garbage, and when them said, this is what is resonating in my spirit right now. If you want something, do something. Them talk about the access powers, being consistent, finding a mentor. But the one thing that mainly stuck with me, if you want something, do something. And again, I say thank you very much, Mr. Tennyson Dixon.
We have a hand. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
We have a hand. Oh, no problem.
Bernardio.
Right.
Did I spell it? Pronounce it right?
You pronounced it right. Go ahead.
Well, the name. Good night.
Good night. What's up?
But it is Bassanio speaking. Bernardio. My big takeaway. I'm 14 years old. My big takeaway was do what you're passionate about. That was not don't focus on the money alone, but actually be passionate about the thing that you love, and then the money will flow with that.
Yeah.
I've been told that by other persons, and so it's just good to hear it from somebody else who's not that close to you, you know. It's just good to hear it from somebody else.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm passionate about a couple of things as well. So I'm just going to try.
Yes. Try, man.
Learning that way. Yeah. I see what that produces for me.
Yeah, man, just try. You know, sorry, Lacey, and I just want to share this with him quickly. So there's a story about this young girl, right? And she loves Naruto. And what she does, she always try and make costumes like that. Parents tell her it's a waste of time, but she likes it. She likes to design costumes. And everybody tell her it's a waste of time. And you know what happened? She never gave up. She continued to design costumes until she got so good that she's now hired by big companies, by Hollywood, to create costumes for movies. And she never did that for any money. She never knows that she was gonna become so influential later on down the day. But she just kept working at what she's passionate about, but put a smile on her face. And now, because her passion is now impacting millions of people to the point where she's being paid, and it's not about the money, but she's comfortable now. You know what I mean? So while you are passionate about something you love, it's always good to get a mentor, because sometimes a mentor can say, yeah, man, work on what you're passionate about, do it. Because sometimes you might have a passion that you can refine, and it's a whole lot better for you. And sometimes someone can help you and guide you along that path. But bottom line, if you're passionate about something, just try it. Thank you for sharing that, Bernardo. I love that. If you're passionate, just try it. Just don't think about it and do nothing. If you want something, do something. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I can't go all
Taking
night.
over the entire webinar.
I'm sorry.
Take
I'm
it
so
over
sorry.
my entire webinar. Oh my Lord. Okay, let me read the last one for you. Katrina says, my takeaway is purpose is wrapped up in how much. Purpose is wrapped up in how much you can give. Definitely so. And Tamika said, what got you there won't keep you. You have to do more, do what you have never done before. Awesome. So before I wrap up, I texted in the chat if you want notes from this seminar. I was making some notes. If you guys want some notes, I put it in a documented format, send your email in the chat so you guys can get that afterwards. Again, I see that you all guys were making your jottings and stuff like that. So we have one last giveaway right before we close off, and I have a special song for you guys to listen to. So just a simple question. But before I give the giveaway question, Sadre, I think it was Tanya, gave you the option to get the phone credit. I'm not seeing this person. So if anybody invited Sadre, please let me know. Please send me a message in the chat so I could get his number and send him the credit. Now, this giveaway is worth $10 Amazon card, and it is from the third speaker. So raise your hand. Let me unmute you, or you can type in the chat 2 characteristics of entrepreneurship from the second speaker. And the second speaker was Zara. So 2 characteristics of an entrepreneur or of entrepreneurship. She spoke about both. All right, so I have Sister Barbara. I'm unmuting you. Okay. All right, so Terry beat Sister Barbara. So she says calculated risk taker and research. And it's only fair. It's only fair that I give it to Terry, you know. So congratulations, Terry. Please send me your phone number. Thank you very much in the chat.
Cristiano Ronaldo scored his second hat-trick of the season. The leading Manchester United.
Please send me a message in the chat so you can get your giveaway. All right, again, a lot of good information here from our 4 speakers, from Deborah, from the Tennyson, Mr. Tennyson Dixon. Listen, Deborah did drop us up in the first part, honestly. Like, she set the tone for everything. Then we had Zara, then we have Miss Shanake Chisholm, right? And then last we had Mr. Tennyson Dixon with some important information. Guys, I'm gonna show you all of my paper, back and front, with so much information. I can't talk about everything, but definitely I got a lot of value, a lot of key stuff. And I just want to officially say thank you for coming out tonight. You know, we started at 5. It's a bit late now, but we are at good timing. And I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're at the end of our session. And I know for facts that you all left with a good experience. New ideas are rushing into your minds right now. You guys have gotten a lot of tips, a lot of tricks to share with others who couldn't make it, to share with others as well. You know, you go up on the road, meet a one person, have a conversation. So I definitely know you learned a lot. And for those who want to become entrepreneurs, I know that you have a lot of things that you can use for your journey. You guys get tips on being improved with social skills, being focused, driven on your goals, embracing self-efficacy. Like, just like our topic said, a youth empowerment session. You are destined to win. So again, I want to thank the speakers from the bottom of my heart for taking time out of your busy schedule, so preparing and being here at our seminar. Your presence, your wise words helped us in an awesome way. I just want to say congratulations to everybody that is here. A big thank you again. Our seminar is a huge success, and we'll definitely have more of this. So you can definitely look out for more webinars just like this. Again, we're live on YouTube, Zoom, and Facebook. And I just want to let you have two announcements. So tomorrow is Resurrection Sunday, and our Sunday church service will be at Central High School, starting at 11 a.m. That's 11 a.m. at Central High School. We'll be in person. If you can't make it in person, right, you're right here in Maple. If you can't make it in person, you can come on our platforms again, IRDC Ministries on YouTube and on Facebook Live. We're there. And we also have Bible study every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right on our online platform again. So I don't, as Mr. Tennessee Dixon said, if you want something, do something. You have your notes, be powerful. Use the OAR, your ownership, your accountability, and your responsibility. You can't come here, sit down so long, soaking all of this information, and you're not doing anything with it. That is giving powerless, and we are not powerless, we are powerful. So I just want to leave a quote with you from Jim Rohn, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, development coach, time with everything that we have done today. Success leaves clues. Again, success leaves clues. And before we go, I am going to play a special song for you. I just want you to listen to it, right? Just want you to listen to it and meditate on it as we leave us up here. Again, send your emails in the chat if you want undocumented notes from this session. You can also get the recording on YouTube because it's recorded live on YouTube. Again, at IRDC Ministries. I'll tap that in the chat. So yes. And also, anybody have a contact for Dre? He got the credit. Let me get his number or a contact for him so he can get the phone card. If not, then I just pass it on to somebody else at a different point in time. Again, thank you so much for everybody being here. And the guest speakers again, Deborah, Zaria, Shanaki, and Mr. Tennessee Dixon. You guys have done a lot. Extremely proud of you, and congratulations on your businesses and your endeavors, and many, many more to come. So with that said, have a great night, everyone. And just listen to this song before you go. If at least 20 seconds on the song, please listen to the song as you go.
If you hear this message, wherever you stand, man, calling every man, we're this generation. Just go out and say if you're out there. Sing along with me if you're out there. I'm dying to believe that you're out there. Stand up and say it loud if you're out there. Tomorrow starting now. I sing no more broken promises, no more call to war. See the lessons of love and peace that we're really fighting for. Yes, so we can destroy hunger and we can conquer hate. So put down the arms and raise your voice. We're joining hands today. Oh, I'm looking for a song to sing. Search for a leader when the leader was me. Oh, we were looking for the world to change. Yes, we can be heroes. Just go out and hands. There's much more in store than we could understand. I know we can do anything. Just close your eyes and visualize. Nothing is impossible for those who try. Just dream to fly as eagles fly across the sky. I know